Good morning, everybody. Thank you for waiting. Thank everybody for waiting. I had to push the string back a little bit because I was waiting for some screenshots to Bluetooth from my other cell phone. So sometimes it takes a while for you to hold on. Sometimes it takes a while for you to transfer files, but I thank you guys for waiting. We're going to get right into it this morning. I'm going to pick up where I left off last night. And the purpose of showing these screenshots, right, is because at the end of the day, I've given everybody an opportunity that know what type of receipts I'm holding, right, to get the fuck on about their business. Nonetheless, every chat room I'm in, every place I go to try to form new relationships with other content creators, you got dumb bitches like China White. And there's a particular reason why I'm going to air her ass out. And I want you all to to use your discernment to tell whether or not this bitch had not only an ulterior motive for aligning herself with ZX's camp, but I want you to see how I did nothing but try to help and was willing to do whatever I had to do to protect this bitch. Okay? I'm going to take you from the beginning. And when I drop receipts, if I said something on the back end, I don't say a motherfucking thing on the back end. I can't say it to a motherfucker's face. So it's not shading anybody else. At the end of the day, it was what it was in that moment. Whatever I said at that time, that's what the fuck it was. Now, if something changed or if me and the person are cool now, then that's just what it is. I don't go through all of the editing because I don't insult people's intelligence like that. It takes two people to have a fucking conversation. So what I try to do is do the best I can to bring into context what was going on at that time. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. But I don't insult people's intelligence like that by putting out partial receipts of another motherfucker talking greasy as if they was talking by themselves. If I said something greasy, it is what it is. Okay? Good morning, everybody. So what I try to do sometimes is if I'm going to say something or drop a receipt that may ultimately, hold on, make sure this music stops. If I'm going to drop a receipt that may ultimately be triggering to a person, I try to give them a heads up. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, a lot of these women that all of a sudden are these advocates for children and speaking out against women being abused, these are actually bitches that I allowed to have personal access to me, right? For the sole purpose, I was basically on call for a lot of these bitches to be a support for them. So if they didn't have a familial support, keep in mind what context I came onto YouTube under. Okay. I was leaving an abusive marriage, a very toxic marriage that my own children didn't even know I was being abused in. These were things I kept from them. So there was a time when my relationships with my sons were strained because they felt some type of way because I concealed that from them. That the relationship with my husband was not only emotional, they knew about the infidelity, and that warranted my oldest son to beat my husband up. So keep in mind, when I came to YouTube, that was a matter of me coming out of my own shell and saying that, listen, even though I am a strong woman, even though I've never taken shit from anybody in all my life. Yes, it happened to me. And that was a part of the reason why I was so embarrassed and so humiliated to come out and say, yes, I was going through this in my own marriage. People who had known me all my life, when I would try to tell them what was going on, they would just scoff and say, well, you never taken shit from nobody in all your life. So why would you put up with that from him? So I was at a point where I had to work through, and I was also very isolated. So I know how abusers can isolate you away from a support system, away from your family, away from your friends, away from the outside world. So what I thought I was doing in the instance with a lot of these women was being a support to them that they told me they did not have with their own family. It wasn't something that I assumed. It was something that they told me, that their families were not there for them, that they didn't have any friends. So I made myself available to these bitches on call. They were calling me at all hours of the day and night. But when I came onto YouTube, to basically come out of my shell and start talking about how my attraction to toxic men was closely tied into my traumas as a child, into my upbringing, into my own familial of my family of origin. So I didn't come onto this platform under some facades and under some pretenses that I had it all together. I said, listen, I'm in a fucked up place. And as I work through this shit, it's not only very painful for me, right? But I don't have the support. So I came to an online community of narcissistic abuse survivors, of domestic violence survivors, of childhood sexual abuse survivors for support. And one of the things that really makes my blood boil is the fact that women can't be honest. Because if they're honest about what their struggles really are, They can't really show up. That's why I have such a love for people like Lady Nika. That's necessary. It's not helping women to come up here and pretend that everything is okay if you're fucking broken. If you're getting your fucking ass beat, no, you should be able to be honest about it and not have to get up here and say, oh, you know, my relationship is good. My man is loving on me. This, that, and all the other. When you taking care of the nigga, he's whooping your ass. He's cheating on you. He's neglecting you emotionally, neglecting your children. But you got to get up here and lie. If you're struggling financially, if you're struggling to pay your motherfucking rent, to pay your bills, to pay your car note, you got to get up here and lie about it and pretend that everything is okay. But so the sad part about it, and why bitches like the China Whites need to be exposed, is because helping these type of bitches can actually hurt you. Because it's because of my experiences with these women. Understand, this is a woman that these are women I was risking my fucking freedom for. There were motherfuckers trying to get me arrested because of the way I was riding for these bitches. And these are the bitches that were giving the information that they knew about my children to men and women on this platform to try to harm me. These are the bitches that were creating the thumbnails for motherfuckers to dox my husbands and the father of my children. So I'm going to take you from the beginning to show you how these bitches work their way to gain your trust. And I'll let you see the course of text messages, the course of back check conversations. And if the bitch keeps playing with me, I'm going to start dropping audio recordings on the bitch. You might not think it's necessary to record these bitches. It absolutely the fuck is. When your gut tells you something is wrong, to grab a recorder, fucking do it. And don't question. Don't, if they feel some type of fucking way, tell them don't fucking call you. Record all conversations. If you're not comfortable recording them without their knowledge, let them know in the beginning of the conversation. Listen, I record all phone calls because I promise you, if you don't do that, these bitches will get up here and lie on you. This bitch went and painted me as some predatory lesbian that was insecure about being a dark-skinned woman. That she basically told people she had rejected my sexual advances. I was like, are you fucking serious? I repeatedly said, listen, bitch, you better get that shit clarified. Because if you continue to lie, I'm going to expose you. This bitch would not tell the fucking truth. That is when I started exposing that this broad was suicidal over a YouTube pimp. That I was coming to her platform because she was asking me to. She would ask me to come to her platform just to antagonize the dudes from the manosphere that was supporting her channel, right? Because my content has never been acquiescing and ass kissing to the men. I don't create content for men. Even though you may see men in my space, I don't create content for men. I've never been a friend of the manosphere. I've always been seen as an adversary or as a foe. We're able to coexist in the same space because we have a respect. They don't fuck with me and I don't fuck with them. It's real simple. They stay in their space, I stay in mine. Occasionally, you will see different content creators, including heavy hitters, come from the manosphere. They will come in my space and say hello. We're able to coexist because of respect. I don't go over there and try to critique what they give content about. I know how to create content that's debunking talking points without attacking a content creator. So it's about respect. And I don't feel the need to control what somebody else does content about. It's their platform. I'm not a fan of censorship because I believe when you open the door for censorship, everybody's shit gets censored. Now you can't even say certain things without Google fucking with you. I mean, without YouTube fucking with your shit. So no, I'm not a fan of censorship. I'm a fan of, I'm an advocate. I believe in free speech. That's the reason why we all have brains inside of our skulls. We all have the ability to make conscious decisions for ourselves. When I'm in somebody's space or when I'm on somebody else's platform, I respect what I'm going to respect the rules of their platform. If I don't agree with something, I can go to my own platform and express my opinion. Who the fuck am I to go into somebody else's space and tell them how they should run their shit? Or what they should be talking about, or what content creator they should be associated with. One of the reasons why I called out Lady La, because Lady La was one of the individuals that wanted to. Everybody knows Ali the Sag goes everywhere. Ali the Sag, she goes everywhere, and I don't bother Ali because everybody knows that about Ali. But Ali is a heavy financial contributor. So what these motherfuckers always try to do is basically try to bully her into where the fuck she should go. I saw you in this person's chat. This person said this about me or said that about me or said that. Okay, well, they will do that while they're entertaining your arch enemies. They want the freedom to entertain whomever they want to entertain, but they want to control your shit. So yes, all the more so if you're a woman content creator, yes, you have to put your foot down. You have to let them know they can't run your shit. If you don't do that, they will bully you and get together, gang stalk you, troll you, dox you, all types of shit because you don't want to be a part of their fucking clique. Or because you don't let them dictate what you do or how the fuck you do it or who the fuck you collaborate with, who you mod on your channel. None of that. Anybody, if you built your platform, you and you alone. You don't pay somebody else and then pay yourself on the back end. You pay yourself first. You protect your shit first. That's who you have an obligation to first and foremost. And a lot of these fucking women that are all of a sudden, they're advocates. No, these are bitches like the China Whites and the fucking Lady Lies. While they're such an advocate for Nicole's child, well, they were making they were entertaining dudes that were making fun of me being molested as a child. This bitch outright slandered me. and painted and basically told people I was some predatory lesbian that was an insecure dark-skinned chick that got in my feelings because she rejected me. And it was a fucking lie. So yes, she was given countless opportunities to go on. China White has been stalking me since April of fucking last year. And the bitch is going to be exposed. Today, I'm going to show back chat for you to see what type of messy bitch she is and how she does all sorts of sneaky, diabolical shit. Square biz, are you in the wrong fucking place? I'm not a special education teacher. You're fucking aggregating the fuck out of me. If you can't follow along, you are in the wrong motherfucking chat. You're irking me. It's something about the energy of that fucking profile. I've never fucking seen you in my fucking chat. Either you can follow the fuck along or get the fuck on. Are you in the wrong fucking chat, sir or ma'am? I don't have a fucking bouncing ball to help you comprehend what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm not going to goddamn stop and fucking explain for every individual that's in the chat who or what the fuck I'm talking about. Either you can follow along or get the fuck on. I'm not a special needs teacher. Motherfuckers just come in the chat. Who are you talking about? What's that? Who said that? What's that? Take your retarded motherfucking ass on some motherfucking where. It makes me want to punch you in your motherfucking head. Are you slow? I don't have the patience. I don't have patience for grown people. I got patience for babies. That's it. Not grown ass people. Now I said I'm gonna try to be calm so I can get through my fucking commentary. When they come in the chat room and type shit like that, it just puts me in the mind of you're talking and somebody's just poking you. Like, what the fuck? You're gonna get punched in your face. Have a goddamn seat. I forgot my thoughts. Shit. That shit is aggravating as fuck. So yes, I'm going to go through the back chat. I'm going to go through the back chat, and then in subsequent live streams, I'm going to go through. Y'all know I have more than one cell phone. I'm going to go through the cell phone messages. Okay? With the exception of my enemies, should you all choose to, if you all want to take bits and pieces, give commentary, take little slices, I really don't care. Okay? So, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to start putting a little creative comments. So as long as they ping back the commentary or the stuff on the channel, it'll be fine for other people to use it. But let's get started, y'all. I've been talking for 26 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to start with the actual I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, to let you guys see how it started. And like I said, this isn't somebody I reached out to this isn't somebody I've reached out to. This is somebody that actually reached out to me and she had been trying to do that for quite some time. And I'm going to take you back all the way from the beginning to the very first message, okay? And show you how this chick was one of the things that she was exposed as doing as a result of, basically, she was one of the manosphere's prize pick-me's, okay? And as one of their prize pick-me's, she had access to information, and she was access to information that other people didn't have. So what she was actually doing was taking information from their servers and giving it to me, okay? This wasn't something that she was asked to do. Maybe it was something that she felt obligated to do in some shape, form, or fashion. Maybe she felt because I was helping her, she wanted to help me in some way, but it wasn't anything that she was ever asked to do. She was a moderator on Angry Man's channel and had been for quite some time. She was a moderator on Angry Man's channel. She was a moderator on the Grinch's channel. She was on their Discord. And what she did was take receipts from there at the time, Nyla Says, Taz Exclusives, and Angry Man's whole camp they were beefing, as well as Mr. Fantastic. And what she did was take private things that only people on their Discord would have been privy to and gave them to me. I, in turn, gave them to Nyla. She showed him the task, and he put the receipts out. And it became evident that somebody, they didn't know it was her. Cerulean Gray actually got the blame for it. But the whole time it was China. So she was acting as a double agent, basically. Her and Cocaine Kills. They were getting information and feeding it back to me and Nyla, who at the time was warring with Angry Man in his camp. So she was acting as a double agent. And when that was exposed, this bitch was there. That part of it was exposed. Nothing else about the communication, about her relationship with Book of Alpharonomy, Dr. BOA, or anything else. None of that stuff, none of her private communications, as far as her mental health, as far as her personal life, as far as her, none of that stuff was ever shown. That didn't come out until after she came out here, and to keep up this facade, she chose to lie. So let's start from the beginning. I'm going to share the screen with you guys, and we just want to go through the text message, go through the back chat, and it'll work its way around to the okay. So you remember yesterday I said you're going to see this unknown it's saying unknown person, because when she would delete the application, when she would delete Google Hangouts, it would show up as unknown person. But as you can see, this is in fact China. And this is a screen. I retook the screenshots again today, and I Bluetooth them from my phone. So these aren't, nothing has been edited. That's the reason why I screenshotted everything again this morning. And I'm going to show you nothing is going to be blurred out. You're going to see things as they were sent to me. Now let me blow it up so you guys can see it clearly. As you can see, now you remember I told you guys I did not start having panels until the latter part of 2019. Prior to that, I had been the only person that gave commentary from my platform. Now, this is her. Now, I don't know if you all are familiar with the content creator by the name of Rooted Rue. Okay, she calls him Rue, but everybody else calls him Rude. Okay, at that time, there was a point in time when Bayou Bunny had contacted me and said that China had got herself into a jam and that Rude was getting ready to expose that he had photographs of her that were inappropriate. And it was me, China White, Neon Eyes, and Bayou Bunny on a phone call. That Bayou recorded that phone call without my knowledge. During that phone call, she confronted China about the fact that she believed that China had Rude listening in on that conference call because she was saying that there were things that were said in the call that Rude should not have knowledge of. Keep in mind, prior to this, I had never had a personal conversation with China White. I had never had any behind the scenes communication with her. When Bayou told me that China wanted to speak with me, I told her I don't deal with manosphere chicks. I don't talk to manosphere chicks on the back end. I don't deal with the pick-me's. Okay? Never have. And there's a good reason why. I don't deal with penis pandering broads. And this is the reason why I don't. So had I trusted my gut instincts from the beginning, I would have never ended up in the situation that I ended up in. Okay? So when Bayou told me that she wanted to speak with me, I said absolutely not. Okay? But after Bayou in China had a YouTube ship prior to. Okay. And basically, Bayou had contacted me and said that Rude was getting ready to expose that China had taken provocative pictures and given them to Rude. Okay. So at that time, I was trying to figure out how I could help her. Okay, or how we could protect her from being embarrassed or possibly having that type of damaging information put out here on YouTube. Okay, China led me to believe that her and Rude's relationship was strictly platonic. It did not come to my attention until after almost a year later, when everything hit the fan, that their relationship was not platonic and that he did in fact have those type of pictures of her, because he clarified as much on my platform. And the reason why I didn't premiere that stream is because Bayou doxed Elise on that stream, where Rude came to my channel and admitted that he had pictures of China White. okay, of her pussy, put it that way, okay? So, but at this time, she was denying. She was denying that he had anything that he could use against her, because if he used anything against her, she had information on him that was just as damaging. So I said, oh, well, okay, well, we don't have anything to worry about then. During that conversation, with me, Neon, and Bayou, and Neon, and China on the phone, China, Bayou had confronted China about allowing Rude to listen in to that conversation. And because I did not know that China would that China would do that, record contact other content creators and allow Rude to listen in on the conversation, I just thought that Bayou was just attacking her, because what was going on at that time was Rude was basically dragging Bayou. One of the reasons why I say women have to be careful, because to be careful about how men on this platform will set you up or use you for their own agenda. And actually called him out on that when he went to Claudiva's platform, when Claudiva was dragging Brianna. And I said, he's doing the same thing that he did with Bayou, which was he basically said that he didn't have an issue with a morbidly obese woman and that he would help her to lose weight. He used that to get access to O'Shea Duke Jackson's platform to get attention for himself. And what he did was basically start when he fell out with her, start dragging her. And I've seen these men. This is the reason why I say be very careful about what you co-sign as far as what happens. You see what ZX is doing to Deidre, how he feigned romantic interest in things like that. This is what these guys do. And then when they're no longer cool with you, or when you do something to make them angry, or you're not doing what they want you to do, or after you've outlived your usefulness, they will discard you. There was a time when I warned Elise about Rude using her as a way to, he weaponized Elise against Real Life Is Not in Cyberspace to get attention for himself, as if he was somehow this advocate for dark-skinned women, and that he favored Black women above non-Black women when he's always been a colorist. And I tried to explain that to Elise. I told Elise he's always had either biracial, non-Black, or very light complected women as a part of his harem. And I told Elise that he was only using that as a way to weaponize. He was basically weaponizing this. These guys triangulate women against each other. It's like if the light-skinned woman would do something to make him angry. What happened was Real Life put out information that Rude had confided in her. And as a way to retaliate, he basically was on some, well, good morning, Reed. Well, you're not Black anyway. You don't come above Black women. You know, you think you're better than Black women and this, that, and all the other. But really, it was just something that he was using to get attention for himself. Because what happens anytime somebody comes out and pretends to be an advocate for dark-skinned women? All of the dark-skinned women come flocking to him, when the fact of the matter is the dude is a colorist. One of the first things that he did when me and him got into it is make reference to my dark skin. And he conspired with China to put out that narrative that I was some insecure dark-skinned woman, as they made references to me being monkeys and things like that, right? And using the Aunt Jemima thumbnails and all of this kind of stuff. But he was a colorist the whole time, okay? And I tried to warn Elise that, based on what I knew. Although I didn't say those things initially publicly, I did definitely let her know on the back end, sis, it's okay to play the YouTube thing, but be very careful. You know, I basically warned her what type of dude that he was. She believed that she knew him, or that she had gotten to know him, only to find out that the things that I was warning her about him was the truth. And that he was not somebody that you could trust or give your personal information to, because every woman that's did that, I've watched him put their personal business out here, including China's. He's the reason why people know that China left home at 14 years old with the dude that she married. He put that information out here. So you have to be very careful dealing with these dudes and thinking that you can trust them. There's a lot of times they will pretend that they are romantically interested in you, only to get personal information about you and to get money from you. But it's all an act. So just because I didn't say things, you know, I didn't come to my channel and call out a person, it doesn't mean on the back end I wasn't trying to warn women which of these guys were bad news. But one of the angles that these dudes use a lot of time is, oh, she's jealous. She's jealous because I'm interested in you and not interested in her. No, these dudes can't get access to me like that. And they overstand it. As Lady Nika so eloquently put it yesterday, they know who they can exploit in that way. And what we're witnessing now is how these dudes play up to women, pretend to be interested in them, to get access to their platform, to get access to their pocketbook, and if possible, to get access to their pussy. Even if they don't do that literally, even if they just do that virtually or cyberly, are able to get them to send them provocative pictures and provocative videos, that's the same thing as them having access to their pussy. And they know who they can manipulate in that way. I've never been soft on these dudes that way. I've never been romantically interested in any of them. So they know that was never a vulnerability. But what they did know that I had a vulnerability for, and that was to be like to come to to be a support for other women that were in distress, whether that was them being narcissistically abused, whether it was them being sexual assault survivors or domestic violence survivors. So a lot of times these women would come to me under that pretense. And over time, I would let down my guard and start confiding certain things in them. And what they were actually doing was feeding that information to men. I've never discussed my personal business about my marriage, my husbands, my spouses, or my children with men on this platform. The only information, the only women that were ever privy to that is women who presented themselves to me as victims or survivors. And even then, the information that I provided was very limited and vague. It was the same thing as having a private story time where you share a story. You're not giving names and dates and places and all of this kind of stuff. You're just basically saying, okay, there was a time when this happened, or when I had this experience or that experience. Because, you would think that you would be able to trust other women that were survivors. If you are a DV survivor, you would think that another woman that told you that she was a DV survivor, that you would be able to share those type of stories with her. And if you're protecting her privacy and her secrets, it's almost like an unspoken rule that you would expect another victim to do the same thing. That's not the way that it works here on YouTube. And I found that out the hard way a year ago. So there's a reason why I carry these bitches the way that I do now, and why I don't cut them any slack like that. And that's unfortunate, because what happens when it actually is a real victim that needs help and support? That's why I refer women to the DV hotline, because I just don't trust them like that anymore. Okay. Hey, Chocolate Vixen. Hey, Queen of the South. Hey, Just Blaze. Hey, Educated Aries. Okay. So let me go ahead on through. All right. Try to get through these. Okay. So she's saying for me to call her when I get a chance, and that she, hopes all is well. And again, as you can see, I never responded to her, right? Because I didn't really use Google Hangouts like that. Okay. So I didn't respond. And as you can see, from October the 19th up until October the 24th, I never responded to her. She messages me again on the 25th of October and says, hey sis, this is China. Can you talk? Okay. Again, Cluster, when you get some time, please call me. You don't see any response from me. She messages me again. I really want to talk to you on a personal tip. There are some things I know you could understand. Unlike the other ladies, let me know when you can call me. Do you see how long it took for me to reach out to this broad? She started messaging me October the 19th. Here it is. There is no communication, right? This is November the 15th. She's still asking me to contact her. So clearly there was some reluctance on my part to communicate with her privately. So she repeatedly pursued me for private conversations. And she's basically saying that there are things that, that other people, other women don't understand. Like she's basically saying, I know you could understand, unlike the other ladies. Let me know, when can you call me? Okay. So I'm basically saying, okay, no problem. I will be free. So it was damn near a month of no response. In between that time, she was coming to my live streams. Okay. As you can see, I did not respond to her until November the 15th, almost a month later. Okay. So I'm saying, okay, no problem. I will be free. Give me 5 to 10 minutes and I will call you, baby girl. Okay. So again, in the meantime, she was coming to my live streams. I would talk to her that way, but I was not talking to her privately. Okay. So call me when you're done. Okay. Okay. So again, so I'm saying, okay, baby, I'm going to hit you up when I end my live. So again, you have to be careful, because reaching out to these broads to help these hoes will end up hurting you. And then they'll come back and paint this narrative that you were somehow stalking them, or they couldn't get rid of you, or all of this type of shit, when they are the ones that are actually pursuing you for communication. Okay, so constantly, and when I say a lot of these broads are needy and clingy, and because they're telling you they don't have anybody to talk to, nobody understands. If you take these chicks under your wing as if, you know, you were an aunt to them, or a bigger sister, they start to get very needy, very demanding of your time. And every time they have some sort of crisis, they're constantly, you know, hitting you up. Okay, so she's saying, I know you're busy. Take your time. So I'm saying, thanks, babe. Okay, so I'm telling her that my son is calling. Okay, call me when you're free. And I'm saying, I'll call you as soon as I'm done. This is not somebody that's a child. This is a woman that's in her 30s. I don't need you to constantly ask me to call you. But I want you to see how they'll press up on you for your time to have conversation, and then turn around and paint a completely different narrative. So she's saying, call me when you're free if you're not tired. So I'm saying, okay, can you see the amount of time? This is on November the 15th. On November the 16th, she's still asking me to call her. The next thing she says, cluster, oh my God. So I'm saying, what's wrong? So I want you to see the manipulation. So I'm saying, what's wrong? Do you know Bayou Bunny played a video talking about the Grinch today? So I'm asking, talking about the Grinch. You was going in on the Grinch. Okay. So I'm sending her a screenshot. So a lot of times these chicks, they play innocent. And I'm saying to Bayou, prior to that, hopefully you got some rest. So she says, I'm weak. I'm waking up from rest now. And the next communication from me, as a result of China telling me that Bayou was premiering a video where I was dragging the Grinch, I'm saying, hey, Bunny, hit me up when you get a chance, because I'm really not feeling this pot stirring bullshit. Now, keep in mind, this is a part of the reason why I fell back from Bayou. Because they would do shit like that, start shit between me and somebody else, and then pretend that it was just innocent. that they hadn't, that they didn't know what was going on, that they didn't mean any harm by it. Because if me and him are not actively beefing, and you're going back getting some live stream from months and months prior, when I was on your panel and I'm coming for him, that's pot stirring shit to me. And these broads constantly do shit like this and then come out here and play innocent. They don't, they didn't mean any harm by anything that they did. So I'm sending China the copy of the screenshot of me messaging her about it. Okay. And what am I saying in the message to buy you? Basically, I'm saying I'm taking the heat or coming under fire. I don't want anybody, I'm saying that they're trying to play Black women against one another, and I'm not feeling the movements being made, period. I said, if something goes down on someone else's platform, I have no control over the content or the narratives that are spun as a result of it. And I'm saying that's not a wise move on my part, especially if the narratives being spun are about me or on an individual's association with me. I said, if I make a statement or take an action on my own platform, the only individual, basically, I was letting by you know that I wasn't going to be coming to her platform anymore. Okay? Because I didn't like some of the things that she was doing. Right? So I'm saying that basically, it's not a wise move on my part if the narratives are being spun are about me or an individual's association with me. I said, if I make a statement or take an action on my own platform, the only individual to take the heat or be blamed is me. If I say something or do something, either I'm going to stand on it or fold. And I said, I'm not going to kowtow to random Black men on YouTube or allow them to play me against another Black woman. I've never allowed dudes to do that. I don't care who it is. So what these broads have done is basically project what they do onto me. The women that know me best know I don't play that type of shit. And if a man is doing that, attempting to weaponize me against the woman, I will shut that shit down. I don't allow men to do that. And I don't like when other women allow men to do that. Even though I can't control it, if it's a woman that's close to me, I will pull her coat on the fact that I think dude is being manipulative. So no, these dudes have never been able to finesse me like that. It's these broads. So one of the ways that these guys play these broads is by saying that she's just mad because you're my type, or because I like you and nobody likes her, nobody's paying her any attention, nobody wants her. So she doesn't want you to be wanted. She's mad because I don't want her the way that I want you, and they feed into that bullshit. Only to realize the nigga ain't doing shit but using them. But if they like it, I love it. They just not going to be using me and my motherfucking platform. Okay? So, I'm saying, I said, and if they attempt to do that, I'm going to call them on it right then and there where they tried it at. So I said, I'm not feeling the way they attempted to pit me against the women that rock. And I'm talking about Rude and Fantastic. That basically they tried to bully the women that support me. And what do you think I'm talking about? I'm talking about when I started calling out the fact that men, grown men, were blaming 14-year-old girls for being molested being basically sex trafficked and molested by Jason Polk. So I started calling out the fact that these men were co-signing a grown-ass man preying on a 14-year-old child. And China White was among the bitches that was supporting the men that were doing that, namely Rude and Mr. Fantastic. The reason why me and Rude got into it is because he disrespected. I said, listen, the majority of my women is the majority of my subscriber base is women. Many of them are sexual abuse survivors. I can't be out here co-signing this dude and he's over there justifying a grown-ass man preying on 14-year-old girls. Him and Fantastic both did it. And because I said I didn't tell anybody publicly I was falling back from him, I privately told Elise. At that time, Elise was dating him. And what I believe Elise did was go back and tell him what I said. I never told him that. I never said, listen, I'm falling back from this dude. I can't have anything to do with him because that's not a good look for my platform, to be associated with somebody that would be, or co-signing somebody that would be justifying a 14-year-old man preying on little girls. I can literally show you where I told Elise that. And I believe that Elise went right back and told him what I said. Because what he did was look for opportunities to attack me. I got into a dust-up with Sister George, even though she and I don't have any issues now. I got into a dust-up with Sister George, and we drug each other on Bayou's platform. And I talked about her deceased mother. He then brought Sister George onto his platform to pretend as if he gave a shit about her deceased mother. But it was really an opportunity for him to attack me because Elise had gone back and told him that I said I wasn't going to have anything to do with him. That I couldn't. So it's ironic to me that all of a sudden, all of these women care about children. They care about 14-year-olds. You bitches are fake, phony, and fugazi as fuck. I have been on here for 3 fucking years, nonstop, creating content for women, advocating for women that were sexual abuse survivors, that was domestic violence victims, that were being narcissistically abused and cyberbullied by men on this fucking platform. And you bitches did not have my fucking back. You sided with the fucking men that were attacking me. So fuck no. Listen, I'm, you know, that shits and giggles. I'm used to them being live, screaming about me. At the end of the goddamn day, that bitch should have been doing all that screaming and hollering when Tommy Sotomayor was talking about her son being gay. She, you know, when she should scream and holler, who she should be screaming and hollering at? She should be screaming and hollering at the nigga whose dick she was sucking, that gave her the okay for her to go paint Tommy Sotomayor's house. But when Tommy Sotomayor was dragging her son and calling her son gay, he couldn't go pay Tommy Sotomayor a visit or pick up the telephone and call Tommy Sotomayor as men and discuss what was going on, considering the fact that that was supposed to be his woman and that was his stepchild. But he could be texting Jazzy G back and forth about a pull-up between her and Lady Lie. But he couldn't text Tommy back and say, hey man, listen, stop calling my lady's son gay. He's a child, stop attacking my child. So she's going to be screaming. She has to do something to get attention. Keep in mind, Lady Lie is one of those content creators that have been on this platform forever in a fucking year and has gotten no fucking where, despite all her clout chasing efforts. That's the reason why she attacked Tracy and Miss Olivia. Because one of the things that she did after analyzing the situation was she saw them both as weak targets. But what she didn't get the gist of is the fact that although Tracy has a lot of haters, Tracy is just as much. You know what I got to thinking about that day I went to Miss Olivia's platform? Because although Tracy has a lot of haters, people that really don't know Tracy, I think they form opinions about Tracy based on things that other people say about Tracy. If you piss her the fuck off or if you fuck with her, guess she will sever your fucking head. But Tracy's really not that difficult of a person to get along with. And she's not necessarily, I think she has toned down a lot from when she first got on YouTube. She's really on some chill shit right now. So I think she thought that Tracy had all of these ops, but she don't realize that just as many ops as Tracy has people that actually like her. Okay? And I remember when I was on Miss Olivia's platform that day, I remember, I don't know whether it was Fashionista or who it was that was saying that that I was their Tracy. And I remember thinking, well, what was that? What did they mean by that? But I'm just thinking about it in retrospect. But anyway, yeah. So that was a clout chasing move. Because keep in mind, Lady Lie never liked Claudiva. Lady Lie was one of the first bitches to drag Claudiva about her nudes being out here when guess who put her nudes out here? ZX. Lady Lie was the first bitch to jump on the bandwagon and drag Claudiva for filth about her nudes. And guess whose channel she was modding at the time? Uncle Suge's. Guess who was dragging Lady Lie when Tommy kicked her out of his camp, basically, or embarrassed her with thousands of people watching? She went crawling back to Uncle Suge. It was this lady named Mona from the UK. It was Nene Baby. It was Misunderstood, aka Nicole Diaz. They were over there grilling the shit out of her in Suge's chat. That was before Suge gave her a wrench. Lady Lie was one of the bitches that was on Suge's dick. Be clear about that. Be clear about that. So all of this shit that she's talking now is after the fact. It didn't matter what anybody said of Suge. There was a lot of things being said about Suge, right? At the time that Lady Lie was there licking the sweat off of his balls. It didn't stop her from riding with Suge. So she's full of fucking shit. Suge only became the villain when he called out Candy and Lady Lie regarding ZX. That's when Suge became the villain. Candy was calling Suge Bay. And they were all rocking with Suge. It didn't matter what Suge was doing. Guess what? Suge was banging on Sinetta back then. Him and Sinetta were banging then. She was still modding his channel. All of the things that are being said about Suge, it was being said back then when she became a mod on his channel. And guess what? The bitch was right there riding with him every time he went live. So she's full of shit. She's one of those bitches that loves abuse. Because keep in mind, ZX drug her motherfucking ass by that fishy pH imbalanced pussy the fuck too. He dragged that bitch by them clear hole, by them goddamn eagle's talons that she had hanging out of them clear heels that she painted herself with green motherfucking fingernail polish. Now, bitch, you not going to disrupt my live. I'm going to finish airing China White the fuck out, bitch. You remember China White was the one that told everybody about the bastard that you lost. See, bitch, you ain't learned shit yet. You already had one nigga in paternity court, right? You got a case in Georgia court where you took one nigga that wasn't the motherfucker that you married. It wasn't the murderer that you married, that you took to court for paternity of your motherfucking son, right? And you ain't learned shit yet. Because a nigga whose mama don't even know that you engaged to her motherfucking son, you was getting ready to have another motherfucking bastard. So what did you learn from all them years from licking the sweat off of Tommy Sotomayor's balls before you took your ass over there to lick the sweat off of Suge's balls? And the only reason why you did that was to spite Tommy. This bitch has been on this goddamn platform longer than Moses was out in the motherfucking wilderness with the motherfucking Israelites. And her platform ain't went nowhere yet. You are that needs to have channels to maintain the attention of your motherfucking audience. And just like no motherfucking man sticks around once you part open your motherfucking legs, bitch. Once you're on a panel by yourself, nobody else is not that motherfucking interested in you, bitch. Point blank, period. So yeah, you got the beef sector's interest for a little bit, but just like when you open your motherfucking legs, motherfucking niggas disappear. That's the same thing that happened to the audience of the beef sector that was coming over to your channel when you would go live, bitch. That's just what it is. I've been a cyber rock star, bitch. I show up on this motherfucker just like a motherfucking rock star, bitch. Bottle in hand, wig slanted, clothes all disheveled, bitch. And when I hit that live button, ho, I'm gonna make it do what the fuck it do, bitch. It ain't easy being a motherfucking cyber rock star, but some of us had to do it, bitch. That's why we're cyber rock stars and bitches like you are irrelevant that run around this bitch and clout chase, bitch. All this clout chasing that you've done, and bitch, you still got a struggle channel. You have never been able to make it above. This bitch has been chasing, clout chasing, content creator after content creator after content creator. You've spent the entirety of your time on YouTube kissing ass. I've been on this platform kicking ass, and I fare better than you, bitch. I'm damn near having more subscribers than you in the goddamn channel I've only been working on for a month or two, bitch. You've been on this motherfucker for years. And your channel is still trash. You're trash. Period. That's why you was more than happy to help ZX pop two of my channels. And guess what, bitch? Because I am a cyber rock star, I built one that was better than the two y'all pop, bitch. Get into it. But they don't like this type of teaching. And I roll up on this motherfucker, bitch, with lip balls in my wig, bitch. And still rock the mic, ho. While you running around this motherfucker on your knees groveling, bitch. You done lost your monetization because you's a dumbass bitch that don't have no backbone. So you let somebody else come to your platform where you had a monetized channel, you had a backup channel, but because you're so goddamn desperate for goddamn validation, and because you have to, listen, if I had a backup channel, I would not be losing my monetization because you have to be seen, bitch. So you are a dumb bitch that has no backbone, that can't say, listen, you can't say this, or you can't do this, or do that on this channel. We got to do that on the backup channel because you ain't got no backbone. And because you've always been terrified of Candy Cartel Infinity. Because make no mistake about it, bitch. Your pussified ass filed a cease and desist against the bitch that you're now running around here calling your fucking bestie, bitch. So there's nothing that you can say to me, okay? I know your punk pussy ass. That's what you seem to forget, bitch. The bitch that she's running around here calling her bestie, I got a goddamn cease and desist that your bestie gave to me, bitch, when she was on my platform dragging you, bitch. That's what type of bitch, that's what type of weak bitch you are. You're running around here calling your bitch, you could never. I wish I would file a cease and desist against another bitch. Bitch, you would get dragged by them crunchy goddamn twat hairs of yours until you back the fuck up off me, ho. I would your motherfucking ass by that goddamn cheap ass beauty supply 2-packs for $50 motherfucking weave you wear, ho, until you back the fuck up, bitch. Your motherfucking mama's bones would be the crossbones I used in my motherfucking avatar picture, bitch. You know what my avatar picture would have been me standing over your motherfucking, if I had to go to the cemetery where the fuck your mama was buried, bitch. Dig up her motherfucking bones and take a picture as if they were crossbones on a motherfucking skull, bitch, that terrorize your motherfucking ass. You would leave me the fuck alone, ho. But it's not about you, bitch. You're not going to make it about you. See, all of this energy and all of this motherfucking effort, if this bitch put this effort into finding a fucking good gynecologist, you wouldn't be online. You wouldn't be asking bitches like Candy Cartel Infinity whether or not your pussy stinks when your man eats it, bitch. This is the type of energy I'm going to need you to put into finding you a good gynecologist. This is the type of effort I'm going to need you to put into finding something else to wear besides a pair of tights, bitch. That's the reason why your pussy stinks. The pussy has to breathe. If every goddamn time somebody see you, you have on a pair of $7.99 tights, bitch, don't complain about your pussy stinking because that's a part of the goddamn problem. Your pussy needs air, bitch. Your pussy needs air just like that empty ass motherfucking house that you take pictures in, bitch. Your house look like in the inside, that shit looks like the old goddamn Brigantine Castle in Pennsylvania that motherfuckers pay to go into the Halloween to walk through to scare the goddamn children. But again, bitch, it's not about you. But you trying to make it about you. She over there trying to run interference for ZX and them. That's what you over there trying to do, bitch. I'm going to drag you later on, bitch. I'm going to drag you. But anywho, back to what the fuck I was talking about. Before this goddamn bitch rudely interrupted us, she had to go run over there and get the flapping her motherfucking armpits and her funky ass motherfucking legs. Now your pussy, bitch, when you open your motherfucking legs, your pussy causes chaos, bitch. It causes chaos and motherfucking confusion. Don't address me again, bitch, until you can open your legs and bring about peace, harmony, and motherfucking serenity. Bitch, don't you say cluster B or cookie no motherfucking more, bitch. This is what happens every time this bitch opens her legs and opens her mouth and gets the flap in her armpits. It causes chaos and motherfucking confusion. Your pussy causes pandemonium out here on these YouTube streets, bitch. And you already know it. That's why that nigga's mama didn't know who you was. Because surely, if he had bought a funky bitch like you in her motherfucking household, she would have remembered it for all times, bitch. She would have remembered it until they was standing over that goddamn decrepit bitch saying, oh, what a friend we have in motherfucking Jesus. As they lowered that bitch into the ground. See, a mama knows when they son bring a funky ass bitch in their house. A mama knows when it's a scent of another pussy besides her in a motherfucking house. Especially when you talk about a bitch that causes a pussy scent that causes pure pandemonium. His mama would have remembered had you taken your funky ass to use her motherfucking restroom, bitch. Because that scent of your pussy would have been there for 40 days and 40 nights after you left, bitch. Period. But again, she got to make it about her. Hey, SDL, what's up, boo? So let me go through the rest of these messages. These bitches is causing distraction and running interference for each other. Okay, but anyway, that's the point. That's pretty much what I was saying. All right, so let's get to the rest of it. So this is just basically me communicating with China about the Bayou situation. So now you see it's still early on, right? This is her scheduling live streams and asking me to be a part of the live streams by sending links to the live streams. Okay, so I'm saying to China, good morning, baby girl. With the exception of the private convos between you and I brought E up to date. And I'm referring to E as Elise. Well, that's E. I'm talking about Elise. I said, with where I'm at with Bayou Bunny, and I kept it 100 with her. I said, I am going to be doing a video titled Receipts to subliminally address the shit that basically that Bayou has been doing. Okay, as well as make it perfectly clear. Let me go through the rest. As well as making it perfectly clear that she and I are not a team. Because a lot of times what these chicks will be doing was constantly bringing up my name and making it seem as if, they fuck with me in ways that they don't fuck with me, or that I have a relationship or rapport with them that I don't. Even when I'm not fucking with them, they'll do that. Okay, to make it seem like our relationship is more than what it is. So I'm just basically letting China know that I'm going to be making it perfectly clear that she and I are not a team and never were. So I said, you can't be a team with people like her, China, because she's all for self to the detriment of those around her. I can't rock with people like that. So I said she's too messy, mentally unstable, and I felt and basically I failed to see how she contributes anything to the conversation that's productive. And why is that? Because a lot of times they're not interested in building relationships with other women. They only want to chase dick. And and they use you often to bait men into their spaces. That's another thing that they do. Okay. So I said she self-destructs and destroys any healthy support system she could build, from friendships to professional relationships, including other content creators. And I really don't want my platform aligned basically with anybody that like that. Okay. Now keep in mind, y'all, this is the way that I was running my platform on in late November of 2019. I pretty much did my own thing. I didn't really do any collaborations with anybody or anything like that. Okay. And that includes other big content creators. I just didn't. Okay. So I said, I regret the fact that I did not follow my intuition and allow this bitch to attach herself to me. Okay. So I'm saying that she's running around the platform like she's my publicist, like we're some kind of dynamic duo. Okay. This is as of 11/16/2019. So China is saying, okay, thanks, sis, and I appreciate you. Okay. This is China saying that she appreciates me having her back when Bayou was coming for her. She was saying most motherfuckers would have never said anything. And she's saying, that's why I fuck with you on some real shit. If you ever need me to get my hands dirty with you, I would. Just call on me when it comes to them stupid ass YouTube hoes. I got you. I'll be right beside you. That's how I fucking rock. Much love to you, Cluster. Okay? So I'm saying, no problem. You're welcome. And I'm saying, I love you more, Sugar Plum. Okay? So there was a time when Bayou, Taylor Scott, Neon Eyes, China White, and me were all in a group on, like, you know how you compile the groups in the back chat. There was a time when we were all in this group. So this is China saying that she removed herself from that group. So she's saying, I don't fuck with that bullshit. She's busy planting seeds. Okay. It's saying planting seeds, but she meant to say planting seeds. And she's talking about Bayou. So she was saying, I was listening to the video. So she was saying motherfuckers would expose anything. So I'm saying, so I said, I thought she said she was spending the day with her daughter, shaking my goddamn head. I said, instead, she's on YouTube stalking Rude and just waiting for him to get into it with other YouTubers so she can have her revenge for some shit that she started. I said, she is the type of individual that will just force you to draw a line in the sand. So I said, I will never step foot onto a platform where she is or her platform. Okay? Because a lot of times, when you go onto their platforms, it's just some shit that you end up regretting. Okay? So a lot of times these people beg you to hit their link. They message you incessantly on the back end asking you to show up and support their channels. And then when you end up doing it, you end up regretting this shit. So I'm saying, so she better make it count. So I'm saying she is one that doesn't have content. For real, I'm saying that she's a female should. So I'm saying I'm sick of all the passive aggressive threats to expose people and screen sharing back chat convos. I can't rock with somebody that rolls like that. Okay? So this is China saying that's why I don't fuck with her. Okay? So she said, I really had to think about how she tried me, and I'm really mad. I'm really mad as fuck because I had her fucking back. Okay. So again, keep in mind, this is before I even knew shit. Okay. This is before I even really started fucking with Nala and them like that. I had been to her platform, but I really didn't fuck with her like that. Okay. So China's saying that she had Bayou's back when she didn't have to, but she did. And she said that motherfucking shit crazy as fuck when you think about it. So she says, who comes for a motherfucker who have your back? So she was saying that bitch, referring to Bayou, is not loyal. So she said that bitch was pretending to have people back when really she's a fucking agent. So I said, I told E she's a black version of the single white female. Okay. So she saying, I'm so done with her. If she comes for me, I'm going to air her ass out because she can only say Rue have pictures of that's it. She don't know shit. So this is her saying, while she was denying that he had those type of pictures, she was basically saying that Bayou was lying. When she says, I'm so done with her. If she comes for me, I'm going to air her ass out because she can only say Rue have pictures of. That's it. She don't know shit. So, but she was denying and basically trying to say that she's just saying that wasn't true, because at no time did she admit that he actually had pictures of her. Okay. And just so you can see it, that I'm not adding anything to it. And everybody knows that she is the first one who started calling him rude. And what I'm telling her is she wanted you to use your information on Rude to help her get revenge on him. And she would have allowed you to come to her platform to do it. So you remember I told you when they pulled me in to this back chat, this private conversation, she was saying that Rude was going to expose these pictures. China denied that there was anything for him to expose. And why was she doing that? Well, because Rude had started dragging her. I'm talking about Bayou. He had basically did a live stream where he was saying that he fucked up, leading her on to believe that he will fuck a fat woman, that she was on his dick and was pursuing him, and had exposed basically that she was basically hitting him up on the back end, flirting with him and all of this kind of stuff. So she wanted so basically she wanted revenge on him, because one of the things that she repeatedly did was imply that she felt some type of way because Rude apologized to China when he put out the information that she was 14 years old when she started fucking her husband and all of that kind of stuff. When he put out that information and whatever, and he apologized to her, he did not apologize to Bayou. And she felt some type of way about that. And she is agreeing with what I'm saying. because she says facts. And what Bayou was saying she was doing was that she was trying to get, she said that she was trying to help China get out ahead. Because if Rude had pictures of China's pussy and he was going to put those pictures out, at the time, China was dating the Book of Alpharonomy, Dr. Boet. She was supposed to be his first lady. So Bayou was encouraging her to tell BOA that Rude had those type of pictures of her before Rude put the information out there. So this is her agreeing with me and saying that she sees right through that bullshit, me and her. In other words, me and her saw through Bayou's bullshit. And she's saying that that Bayou tried to play her and that bitch is a snake. So I said, she may have intentionally been starting a fight with you so she could put it out there and then justify it in the same way she did with Nyla. Keep in mind, at this point, Nyla's an associate with mine. Me and her are not all cool like that. Okay? Me and Nyla didn't get cool until after me and Bayou fell out. So this is China saying that she had blocked Bayou. So she's saying that she's saying that she blocked her on everything. So I'm saying if you didn't disclose it, she may have been looking for a reason to put your business out there. So then she can try to say it's because you snaked her. Basically, this is what a lot of times they do. They look for a justification to be able, when they know certain things about you, it doesn't take much to send them over the edge, to take and put your personal business out here if they know anything about you. Okay. But the entire time, what China was unaware of is the fact that Bayou had been telling me that China was a air quotes working girl, that she was a prostitute. Okay. And because at one time they were friends who told each other things, I still didn't judge her because of that, because if she was a working girl, that was her business. What the fuck did that have to do with Nick? It's not my pussy. Okay. So she's saying, so I'm saying if you didn't disclose it, she may have been looking for a reason to put your business out there and then try to say it's because you snaked her when you gave her no reason to even think or suspect that. Okay. So I'm saying I don't blame you. That bitch makes me feel like I'm back in the feds with CIs around every corner waiting to entrap you. So I said it just gave me a very, very bad feeling. Like she felt because she knows dirt on people that she is free to do whatever the fuck she damn well pleases. So this is China saying, yes, that shit is crazy as fuck. And at the bottom, she's saying that she never had this problem with. I don't know who she's referring to. So okay, so she was saying she never had this problem with nobody. Okay, so I'm telling China that Nighttown got the dust up between Bayou Bunny and Elise that happened on my platform. Okay, and there you can see the basically the sound bite. So she's saying send her the link. So she's saying, yeah, that should give her that basically that shit gave her a bad vibe too. So I said, I think she flagged it when I don't know how she was how she did it, because it was content from my channel and not hers. So China's saying she's a real live snake though, on some real shit. And this is me saying facts. And this is me screenshotting that the video had been privated. So I don't know whether why Nighttown had privated the video. She's saying, damn, she had to flag it because, so I'm saying she had to flag it because I know E didn't. So she's saying that bitch is busy. See, she's the type, she's the type of bitch you can't play nice with her. So I'm asking China, did you see the title of it? So I'm saying that the title of it was Bayou versus Elise. So again, I'm thinking that the video was privated because she had flagged it. So I said, she let him post all the other vids of her rants. Because in this particular video, Elise was getting in Bayou's ass. Okay. So China is saying Bayou's the type of bitch that a motherfucker have to let that hoe know it should a motherfucker not fucking with her. And if you hear anything, you're going to drag. Basically, that you're going to drag her. Okay. Drag that bitch from Mars to hell. One of the things that you're going to see is how China was plotting and scheming that if Bayou jumped off the porch, what she would do is get a panel of Bayou's enemies together to drag her. Or how she would get, put panels together, because this is what they do. This is a part of their strategy. So I'm never impressed when I see panels full of people talking shit, because that's a part of what they do. And you'll see that as I go through the text messages, how she operates and the type of strategies that they use. Okay. So I said she had a problem with that because she looks fucking stupid as fuck. And instead of falling back when she basically has the opportunity to do it, okay, she can't resist an opportunity to attention whore and then sling shit when she gets when she gets basically dragged. Okay, that and when and then sling shit, and when she gets dragged, play the victim talking about suicide when she's the one who started the shit. Because one of the things that she would do, I would watch her antagonize people. And then when people would start getting her ass, she would be messaging me, asking me if I would do a stream with her on suicide. And I refused to do it because I saw it as a manipulation. Because unbeknownst to her, I was watching her intentionally antagonize other people. So she's saying that's why I was straight up when I told her the other night, when I told her I was falling back, I didn't even play with what she saying. I didn't even play with my ass. You can't be nice to hers like her. You can't be nice to hoes like her. What the hell does she mean? When I told her I was falling back, I didn't even play with my ass. She meant to say play with her ass. Okay. So she said you can't be nice to hoes like her. But mind you, when it was time for these bitches to dox me and dox my family, they put all this behind. Everything that China has said and did, because they saw me as the bigger foe. When they wanted to all get together and attack me and attack my platform and flag my shit. Everything that China has said about her and been behind all of these vicious attacks that took place, all of that shit they put aside. So I've seen these bitches play the enemy of my enemy is my friend. When it's convenient. Now China acts like she don't know anything about doxing. She's not a doxer. She absolutely is a doxer. And in these receipts I'm going to show you this morning, you're going to see she asked me to dox the dude that she was fucking with on YouTube. That's just a fact. Okay? So I'm saying, oh, I wanted her to know that I peeped her whole modus operandi. I said, it's about her and how much attention she can get for her and her platform because she's just so relevant and important. I said, no motherfuckers know the bitch got diarrhea of the mouth and will impulsively tell people's personal business and then justify the shit and expect everyone else to co-sign it or have her back, claim she's loyal and genuine when ain't shit genuine or loyal about the her. Okay? So I'm saying, watch. Next thing is going to be motherfuckers are hating on her popularity when the bitch barely has 25 motherfuckers watching unless she's exposing someone's personal business. Okay? So, yeah. That's pretty much what it is. And ain't shit about that changed. Okay? And what I said is, basically, unless she's exposing someone else's personal business or some other grimy backstabbing shit, I said, I'm just kicking myself in the ass for not trusting my gut instincts because I felt sorry for her and believed that it was her who had been used and abused and betrayed by someone she was loyal to. And I'm referring to with her and with Nyla. I said, when the truth is, I think she exposed Nyla for the validation and attention of the Grinch, and because she was jealous of Nyla's other friendships with women like JV. Okay? And this is what I'm saying November the 16th of 2019. I didn't just start saying that. Okay? So this is China basically agreeing with what I'm saying. And so she's saying, I'm not playing with that hoe. And this is China saying, I like JV. She's saying that Bayou told her that JV was talking shit about her. And she was saying that bitch is crazy. She says, I'm like, bitch, who don't talk shit behind the scenes? That's not a good enough excuse to expose somebody. So I'm saying, she's saying, laugh my fucking ass off. She's motherfucking nuts, basically. So I said, she's claiming to have information on Nyla having surgery, cosmetic surgery, when I don't know, when basically I don't have Nyla, if she did have that kind of surgery, telling anyone about it but her man and whomever loaned her the money to have it, if they did. So I'm saying she could have used her own money to do it. And basically I'm saying that that's her motherfucking business. Okay? So all of that, I was never the one that was impressed to know about Nyla's motherfucking business. Okay? If she had cosmetic surgery, that would have been her business, and that was my position. Okay? So I said she could have used her own money to do it. And I'm saying that's her business if she did. So I said she is the one that can't move on with her life and is obsessed with what the fuck Nyla is doing months and months after she exposed the woman for asking for a loan. So I said, why would she ask her? So I said, why would she ask her for that kind of money in the first place? I said they would have had to have had that type of relationship. Okay. So I'm just saying that at the time, I'm like, so it was just basically a betrayal to get mad because you think someone is taking, and this was just at the time, keep in mind, I wasn't all cool with Nyla like that. In the first place. This is just me and China talking about the situation. So all of this shit about me being obsessed and wanting to know and trying to get to her, that was all bull. That was all cat. Okay? So I'm basically saying, why would Nyla ask Bayou for that kind of money in the first place? So I'm saying they would have had to have that kind of that type of relationship. I said, so it's a downright betrayal to get mad because you think someone is taking shots at you, and the next thing you're going live saying the woman doxed you with nothing more than her first name, and then she comes on YouTube and puts all the woman business out here. So all of this shit about motherfuckers plotting and scheming, no, that was all cat. And these bitches have been lying about it for a fucking year. All lies. I didn't give a fuck whether the bitch had surgery, whether the bitch was homeless, or what the fuck her business was. Okay? So I'm saying, how many times have we heard her say, I still have aces that I'm holding? So I'm saying, holding the fuck for what? So, I'm basically shaking my goddamn head. So she's saying everybody talks shit. Who the fuck don't shit? So this is China saying of Bayou that it seems like she's jealous, if you ask me. Saying somebody going to beat her ass. If she don't stop. So she's saying that motherfucker is crazy. So I said everyone does, as far as talking shit. I said, or has at some point in time. That's just it, China. I said, you don't put someone's entire life on YouTube because they talk shit or took a shot. So I said, you can roast without being a rat. Okay? I said, she can't roast. So her being a rat means cooking the bitch. So I'm saying that the bitch can try me if she wants to, and I'll fry that hoe to until she crispy. Okay? And this is her saying facts because she's not a real bitch. And again, I'm not editing anything. I'm showing you exactly the screenshots as they are. Okay? Nothing has the fuck been edited. And this is her saying that she's a rat. And she's saying this don't make no sense. And I'm saying that basically, and it's just my opinion, I'm not an expert, but I'm saying that's a classic trait of borderline personality disorder, a borderline personality disorder individual. That they're validated by their friendships. You know, every other week, these bitches got another bestie. So I said every other week, someone else, basically every other week, somebody else's auntie or cool as fuck. I said until she needs and wants attention, then there's someone who crossed her, so they just deserve to be exposed or doxxed in some shape, form, or fashion. So this is China saying, I'm so tired of that auntie shit. She sounds so fake saying it, you know. But again, these bitches were ha-ha and kikiing in each other's faces as if she had never said this shit about her. When it came time for them to dox my family. Okay? I said, child, and the whole time she's coming for motherfuckers calling them baby. So I said, that shit irks my soul now because I know how treacherous the fuck she is. Yes, in the beginning, I did think that she was just a person that was, you know, just, you know, overly caring and overly trusting and that kind of stuff until you realize it's an act. So as you can see on November the 16th, okay, again, Nyla and I were not on no good terms like that. We were not friends or anything else like that. And at this point, I had not had any behind the scenes conversations with Nyla at all. Okay. After that whole incident with Bayou, China White, and Neon Eyes, I did a video entitled Receipts, Recording Convos, CIs, Spies, and Faux Allies. And as you can see, there is Bayou right there in the comments. And you can see me heart everybody else's comment but hers. And that was intentionally because she commented on that video because she wanted it to seem like I wasn't talking about her when I was. Again, I did not reach out to Nyla after this video. Nyla reached out to me. So that was a lie from the beginning. Like I said, I never reached out to these broads. I never asked them to communicate with them. I never sent them any requests on Hangouts. These broads asked for my phone number or to communicate with me through Google Hangouts. I never reached out to these broads. That's why I said you have to be very careful when people are trying to get you on the phone to have a conversation or even trying to get you to communicate with them. Okay? You have to be careful because a lot of times they have an agenda. So I'm saying to China, she's commenting because she wants everyone else to believe the video is not subliminally addressing her. I said, it's just one more confirmation that either she has no ability to self-reflect on her behaviors as problematic and toxic. I said, and she's also testing me so that she can find fault with me so that she can have a justifiable reason, basically, to turn on me and do, okay? Because that's kind of like the way that these bitches operate. So I said, I'm done playing mind games with her. So I'm saying she can play games by her goddamn self. I said, because anyone who isn't legally blind can see what the fuck she's been doing. So I'm saying now she's aligning herself with Neon. So I said, I have never seen Neon supporting her platform or really rocking with her. So I'm saying she needs someone vulnerable that she can sink her fangs and claws into. Okay. And I said that shit she did that night was just downright messy. And I'm talking about how she would be playing live streams where I'm dragging the Grinch or where I'm going in on Kendra Deep or somebody like that. And then she would be laughing about it with me on the back end, but publicly making me out to be the villain. Throwing the rock and hiding her hands. These are the type of games that these bitches play. Okay. And I'm just basically saying that the shit that she did that night was just downright messy and stirring a pot of shit, but being the drama queen, you know, that basically that she is. Because she was restreaming where I had been on her panel going in on somebody. And she would be sitting down there during the premiere, pretending that, oh, I don't agree with what she's saying. You know, that's just her and just the way that she is, when the whole fucking time the person didn't know that she was talking cash shit about him. But they use you sometimes to vicariously, they basically they weaponize you against another person in a very passive aggressive way. They will re-premiere a drag with somebody dragging with somebody with you dragging another person, or a person dragging you, and pretend that they have a there's no ill will intended, when the fact of the matter is it is. So I said the shit that she did last night was just downright messy and stirring a pot of shit, but being the drama queen that she is, she just couldn't resist the opportunity to be right. I said, when you're right, it's one thing. I said, you can be right without exposing people's personal lives. So I said, she's going live and said this woman's government name, as well as opened her platform to a known doxer like Suge, and been on his platform. And that's one of the biggest backstabbing, backbiting moves she could have made, because Bayou had also gone to Suge's platform and put out and did she did an entire tour of YouTube exposing Nala. So I'm saying, I don't care what he was right about. Okay. Okay. And what I said to her, to China, was he doxed Nyla and Taz to expose their personal private lives to get the information that he got. I said, who cares what the fuck he's right about? He doxed both of them to get it. Now, mind you, at this time, I was anti-doxing. Okay. So I said, I've never supported that dude or how he moves, because they were not the only couple that he stalked. So I said, he did it to a couple before them. So I said, that's what he's done the entire time he's been on YouTube. Okay. So would ever align herself with him or allow him to, I don't know. Let me go to the next part. Okay. So what I'm saying is, okay, so I'm saying this about Bayou. So why would she ever align herself with him or allow him onto her platform or be in her chat room like she allowed Angel to come onto her panel and to tell that story about Taz? I said, and Angel again docks Nyla by stating her first maiden and married last name just to get even with Nyla because she thought her and JV were talking about her. Bayou thought Nyla and JV were talking about her on a live stream. So I said, if she thought that, why not confront Nyla and JV about it? I said, instead, she responded by putting the woman's business out here about the loan. And this is China saying that she's been playing games. Now, mind you, this is before I got cool with Nyla. I did not know Suge. Everything that I knew about Suge, I knew either from what I observed or from what other people had said. I didn't know either one of them at the time. I only knew of them. Okay. And this is China saying that Bayou has been playing, that Bayou has been playing games. Okay. So all of this bullshit about, I got close to Nyla to get her personal business and all of this shit. All of that shit has been pure D bullshit. Okay? It's all been a bunch of bullshit. So this is China agreeing with me, saying you don't have to expose every damn thing. Call me later so we can talk. This shit is crazy, very crazy. And this is the continuation of what I was saying up here, that she didn't have to put Nyla's personal business on YouTube and then runs around and brags about how many views she gets because of doing the shit. So I said, she is very narcissistic, China. So I said, and I do not put it past her that if she is ignored or cut off, to dox one or both of us as well. So I said, she's just slithering around waiting for an opportunity. And nothing about that changed. Okay? So I said, she's just basically waiting for an opportunity to be able to justify doing it. So I'm not saying that to plant seeds or to scare you. I'm saying that because she has no ability to regulate her emotions. And I'm saying she's mentally unstable. I said, and with as many enemies as I have on this platform, she would dox me before she does anyone just because it'll get her attention. So I said, and if the bitch does, I'll run that hoe off of this platform because I'll drag her so bad she'll live to regret the day she ever fucked with me. Okay? I said, just like that. I said, because the truth be told, I don't think she's just been threatening to dox other people. So sometimes they'll be very passive aggressive with the way that they'll be nice, nasty with the way they're threatening. They're ultimately threatening you, but they'll make it seem like they're talking about somebody else when the fact of the matter is, no, they're talking and threatening to dox your ass as well. Okay. So when your gut instinct tells you that this is a bitch that's not just subliminally, stop asking people whether or not they meant something. If your gut instinct or your inclination is telling you that this person meant something by that subliminally, even if you don't call them out on it, take it for face value. There's a reason why your gut instinct is telling you that. Okay? And again, I was saying that I don't think that she's just been threatening to dox other people or expose them to intimidate them. So I said she's been doing it passive aggressively to threaten me too, because she thinks it has gone over my head, but it hasn't. I said, and I know the bitch is jealous of the fact that the B1 people rock with me heavy. Okay. I said, so I wouldn't put it past her to try to start some shit between me and them. Okay. But I refuse to allow her to use that as leverage over my goddamn head to keep me in a bunch of YouTube beefs that aren't mine. Because these chicks love to pull me into their bullshit, even when I don't have anything to do with it. So you have to be careful, because they will sometimes, they will, if they can pull you into some shit, if they afraid to fight their own battles or afraid to take on certain ops on their own, they will pull you into some shit that you don't have a fucking thing to do with. I've seen these bitches do it. Every time you turn around, bringing up your name when you don't have anything to do with it, as a way to keep their ops at bay, or people that they think are intimidated by you to use you as a fucking weapon in their fight. And this is China saying, when I think about it, she really is a narcissist. And this is China saying that facts that Bayou tried to tie herself to me. Okay. And I said, just watch the seeds that she plants from here on out. Just observe. Okay. And I said, and she's saying, because she remembers thinking that me and Bayou was extremely close when we were not. Okay. So she's saying that she was done with her. So she's saying, call me later. And she's saying she's going to make a list of red flags. And she was saying that everything Bayou did was a red flag. But again, keep in mind, these are bitches that put aside their differences when it's time for them to come together to attack you. They will put those differences aside. Okay? And keep in mind, even though I've been on this platform for a long time, I was still kind of green as a content creator as to how things really operate on this platform. So I've learned a lot from dealing with these people and learning how they operate in the way they set content creators up and plant moles and all of that kind of shit to get information and this, that, and all the other. So I'm saying that is until that Sister George incident. I said, and then I started to realize that she would start shit. And when people go at her, she wouldn't have no smoke for them. I said, and never again fuck with I'm an Aries queen bitch, because she was fucking with Aries and fucking with Aries and fucking with Aries. And when Aries drug her for filth, she left her the fuck alone. So I'm saying she never again fuck with I'm an Aries queen bitch. I said, did you see her drag her? I'm asking China if she saw Aries drag by you. So I'm saying I'm going to take a little nap and I will hit you up when I wake up, baby girl. Okay. So she's saying, okay. And this is her saying that Bayou knows who to come for. So I'm saying facts. She was on Sarah's live. Okay. I think I was telling her, I think she had gotten on Sarah's live and she was on Sarah's live talking shit. And I hit the link and she cussed him out because he let me up there. Okay. And I said, I like Sarah. I said, but this chick is dumb as a bag of rocks. I said, I'm listening to it while I fall asleep and I'm recording it. So if I miss it, I'll catch it when I wake up. I said, she sent the link to Neon. I said, I told you basically that she was going to try to sink her fangs in a Neon next. Okay. And what China is saying is that she's going to use Neon. And she's saying she's just now seeing this or whatever. Again, Bayou is nuts. So she says, if Bunny come for me, because I think she will. When I told y'all that these bitches strategically plan streams with all of your enemies to attack you, I mean just that. So this is China saying, if Bunny comes for me, because she thinks she's going to, she will have everybody she ever had a beef with on one panel. So she's saying, I will eat that hoe. I promise. So this is what they do. So when I call them out on certain things, that's because I know how these bitches operate. They don't get together on panels like that by chance. So when I say China White did not end up there at ZX's platform by accident or because she happened to find him, no, she went there as a strategy. They align themselves with anybody that you have a beef with. Okay. So I'm telling her, I'm basically, I think I was listening to her live stream or something. Okay. I think I was listening to her live stream. And I said, I'm listening to your live stream. So I'm saying you're doing an amazing job, baby girl. I said, did you hear Nyla go off yesterday? I said, see, I suspect one of the reasons that Bayou Bunny aligned herself with me is so that if B1, so I'm saying, wait a second, I'll be right back. So she's saying, no, I didn't know. So she's saying, okay, thanks, because I was listening to her stream. And again, what is she saying? I was telling my mom about you. It's the same message. So she's saying, wow, you're right. So, you know, so she know if she aligns herself with me, that she would be safe. So when I tell you that these chicks will, that these chicks have aligned their self with me so that I could, because they knew how protective I was over my people, and they exploited that. Okay. So I'm asking her, to call me when she can. And I'm asking her if she heard Nyla's rant about doxers. And for those of you that were around during that time, one of the things that was happening after Nyla reached out to me, after I did that recording, she asked me if she could call me. Okay. And one of the things that Nyla was doing was asking, saying things like she wanted people to come out against Bayou. So when that stream and that panel took place on my platform that day, that was the result of us talking on the back end about the whole doxing debacle. And that's when Nyla was on my panel, Cynthia G, China White, and other people calling out doxing. But make no mistake about it, she was trying to rally people together against Bayou. So before they started sucking each other's pussies again, in order to come after me, you just have to be very careful with these people. These chicks are very tricky. Okay. So before that panel took place, it was collaboration going on the back end, where Nyla was presenting herself as a victim of Bayou Bunny. Nobody ever reached out to that broad. I never asked her to talk to her on no back end. That's all bullshit. And that can all be confirmed with fucking actual messages of her asking me to contact her, giving me her phone number for me to call her. I never asked her to communicate with her on no fucking back end. That's why I don't talk to chicks on the back end like that anymore. And even though people may give me their information and shit like that, I just don't. Because I don't trust people like that no more. Because you never know when the fuck they have an agenda, or when they're recording your conversation, or trying to entrap you into some shit for content or for clout, debate you into saying something, or just basically to entrap you into a conversation where they start talking about somebody, and then they take something that you say and twist it. Okay. So no, I just stay off of the phones. Okay. And if I do have a conversation, I let motherfuckers know I record conversations. I record all calls, because you can't trust motherfuckers to be truthful and honest. Okay. So I'm just telling her to stay by, that I had an incoming call, just to stay by the phone. So I think she must have fell asleep on the phone or something. So I'm saying, so, you fell asleep, so hit me up when you wake up. And sometimes we would have panels, and when the panels would end, we would be still talking on the panels, with StreamYards. If somebody is on your panel, once the panel ends, You can still keep on talking, but the audience won't hear what you're saying. Okay. So she's asking me, can she, when she woke up, saying that, can she call, apologizing for falling asleep and saying, can she call me? So I said, no problem. So I'm telling her that Nyla just told me that she needs to basically talk. So no, that was bullshit. Nobody ever reached out to Nyla says. Nobody ever baited her into, nobody ever nuzzled up to her or anything else. She reached out to me. Okay? I never reached out to her. She reached out to me. So I'm saying I'm going to wait for her to hit me up. So this is China saying, call me when you can. Okay? So that was a lie. When the first time Nala told that story, China knew it was a fucking lie. And she co-signed the lie, knowing that Nala was lying about it. So you can never control when these chicks are going to play YouTube politics. Just know that they will motherfucking lie on you. And they will pull in other bitches that are going to co-sign on their lies. And they'll put you in a goddamn position where you pretty much have to pop them with receipts because they'll continue to lie. Now, this is China asking me, when am I going live? This is me, okay? You see the dates. So you kind of like see the way things are unfolding. And I'm saying, child, me and Nyla just got off the phone. Bayou is a big liar. Sis, call me. And again, that was based on the conversation that I had with Nyla about the loan, about the cosmetic surgery, about the homelessness, all of that shit. Okay? Nobody ever reached out to that bitch. Now she's been going around telling people I just nuzzle up to big content creators and get their personal information to expose. That was bullshit. I never one time reached out to that bitch. Okay? So I'm saying I'm going to hit you up when he ends his stream. And this is during the time Taz had did a stream and started going in on Bayou. Okay. And this is China asking me, did Rue call her name or E? Asking if Rude mentioned her name or E. Elise's name. Okay. I said, nope, not that I heard. And I said, and I've been listening the whole stream. So she said he called. So I said he called Bayou Bunny in real life is not in cyberspace. I said, and he drug her. I said, and I just seen Neon send Bayou a message in the chat. Because what China did was have Rude attack Bayou. Okay? But again, all was forgiven. They all forgave each other and was ha-ha and kikiing. when it was time for them to get together and start doxing me. Okay? So this is me sending China a screenshot of Bayou subscribing to my channel under a new account. Now, how did I get that picture of Bayou? Well, because Nyla has started giving me pictures. Okay? And nothing has been edited. I'm showing you the pictures exactly as the pictures are. Okay? And this is from a Google Hangout. These are all pictures that either that have been sent to that Nyla had given me. These are not pictures that Bayou had given me. Did she know I had these pictures? Of course she did. But again, all was forgiven, and the motherfuckers who gave the pictures, everything was forgiven. So this is me telling China that her stream was stopped because of the video. Okay, I think she invited me to a panel or something that she had one night. So this was her stream, the link to her stream. And this was me telling her that her stream was stopped because of the video. So I was telling her, because a lot of times I used to watch her videos from the clouds because I didn't like to go in there with some of the manosphere dudes that was in there. Okay. So I said, do you see that this fat funky bitch texted me when she seen me in Nyla's chat? Okay. Okay. And this is China laughing, saying it's getting messy. Here is me sending her the screenshot. Because you remember, I just told you nothing was happening. This is Taz doing the stream, dragging by you. This is after me and Nyla talked. What did Bayou do? Message me up and says, how are you though, Auntie? And then that was the last, after the last time I had talked to this broad was when I had said something to her about the messy shit that she was doing with me and Grinch. And this is her messaging me saying, I find it interesting, really fucking interesting. Okay. This is her in the group. This is our personal chat. And this is the group where her and Neon were talking. And because I had not left the group, I was still able to see. You can see the date when I took the screenshot. I was still able to see what they were posting in the group. You can see Bayou, you can see Neon, and you can see Taylor. Okay? This was me and Bayou's personal back chat, and this was the group where her and Neon were. So I still could see everything that was being posted in the back group chat. And what am I saying? That now she's working on Neon. And I'm telling China what she's saying. talking about what she finds interesting. Because again, I had not been in Nyla's chat. So I'm saying that she's been planting seeds of chaos the entire time. So I'm saying Joe confirmed that tonight, that she started all of this shit. And this was because Joe W. had hit the link on Taz's platform. And him and Taz had been going back and forth. Because they, again, when I talk about that cult mentality, it's really a lot of content creators that operate like that. And Nyla and Taz are one of them. One of the reasons why Nyla was doxing so many of her subscribers is because they were in other people's chats. Not only was she just doxing her subscribers but her moderators as well, in addition to other content creators. Why? Because they were supporting her enemies. So no, the content creators, the channel holders, and the subscribers are not just able to freely go where the fuck they want to go. ZX and them are not the only individuals that operate like that. And that's one of the reasons why I got the fuck away from her. Because it was basically like being in a fucking cult, where they wanted this blind loyalty, where no matter what they did, or no matter what was exposed, or no matter what came out about these individuals, they still wanted people to get up there in live form and to basically to just go along with whatever the fuck whatever they said or whatever they did. They wanted this blind loyalty like a fucking cult. So it's better to just, stand alone it's better for you to just stand alone on this motherfucker. Because once you start, I want to take a little bathroom break. I'll play a song while I take a little bathroom break. Okay. So I'm saying, just like I expected, she didn't want anyone else to befriend Nyla. And this is in regards to Nyla's relationship with people like JV and others. She wanted to be the only one that Nyla trusted and confided in. These chicks get very possessive over their little YouTube friendships. Okay? So I said, I don't trust her anymore. I don't trust that she ever kept anything that we told her about us, a personal secret. I said, too many people have been told the same thing, that people either didn't like them or that they had been talked about. And that's the way these people will kind of like plant seeds. They'll tell you, oh, this person was talking about you. And that's a form of triangulation. Because what they're doing is they will be maintain relationships with both parties, but they will turn you against the person. So that way you both are confiding in the other person. But for whatever reason, you don't like each other. Even if you don't know each other or you never really talk to each other. That's a form of social media seed planting. And you have to be careful, because they do that a lot on this platform. Anytime you have somebody coming to you, bringing you bones about what another person said about you, or what another person, this person talked about you and said this about you and said that about you. Did you hear the person say that? Did you see the person do that? You have to be very careful. Because yes, they operate like a fucking cult. Okay? And you go against the cult, they will turn on you. Okay? So I'm saying that, too many people have been told the same thing. That people that, that's like saying, this person don't like you, or this person was talking about you. But you ain't heard the person say that. Your only information or your only source is this person that's basically playing both ends against the middle. That's called triangulation. So flying monkeys is actually a term that they use in the narcissistic abuse community. And what it is, it's just another name for an enabler, a person that enables an abuser. The people that rally around and co-sign the abuser's bullshit or the toxic person's bullshit. They also are the people that they can recruit to act in the capacity of attack dogs. For instance, if you believe a person is a victim, you can be recruited as a flying monkey to attack other people in defense of this person, even if they're not a victim. But a lot of times the flying monkeys, we don't call them flying monkeys. We usually call them attack dogs. Or if they don't call them flying monkeys, you'll hear people say, that's this person's attack dog, or this person's an attack dog. Well, it's the same thing. So yes, that is a real phrase that they use in the narcissistic abuse community when they describe narcissists in the way that they operate in their harem. And a lot of times what you'll see is, as they're love bombing new victims in, new targets in, that's what they get them to do. That they'll start attacking their enemies and things like that. Sometimes you don't have to come out and say something. You can imply it. If it's implied. If you're coerced to believe something. Everything is not always a black and white. That's just like me saying, okay, well, this is a Yeti microphone I'm talking into. If I'm looking at it and I see the words on the front of it, that's what type of fucking microphone it is. Everything is not always going to be that way. Things are just not that way in life. A lot of times people wait for, well, did the person say that? Did they say they don't like me? Well, the motherfucker's doing everything under the sun that a person that don't like you would do. Do the motherfucker have to tell you that he don't like you for you to get the gist that the motherfucker don't like you? Some people don't do well at picking up social cues. That's like every time you walk in a motherfucking room, you walk in a room and motherfuckers stop talking and turn their backs to you. Well, how many goddamn times do that have to happen before you get the gist that this is a room that I'm not welcome in? But some of these people really have that difficult of a problem picking up on social cues. It can be plain and evident to everybody else, but not to these motherfuckers. So this is her telling me that So she's saying, you know, she's live. So I'm saying I meant to say that it's about basically I'm telling her that Bayou has probably told everything, basically talked shit about us to other people. Okay, so this is China saying that Bayou called her on a private number. So I'm saying, yeah, she's desperate for information to try to find out what had been the outcome of Nyla and I having a conversation, because I'm sure she saw Nyla ask me if she could call me. Okay. So I said, if basically if the fat bitch pull up on your chat room, basically the fat bitch pulled up on your chat room as soon as she finished stalking Taz and Nyla's live stream. I said, because this is what the fuck she sent me while Nyla and Taz was live. I sent her a copy of the screenshot. So these chicks will get up here and tell you they're so busy, they're so this, they're so that. No, these bitches stalk every single thing that these other content creators do and say. Okay? And that is the message right here that I left unopened intentionally. Short after Nala ended her stream, after Taz ended his stream, China White did a stream. And I saw Bayou pull up in China's China's live stream. Okay? So I'm saying, so she thinks she gonna bully or blackmail me into doing what the fuck she wants me to do, but I'm over the hoe and her manipulative ass mind games and playing people against each other. Okay? So I said she probably talked about all of us, each to the other, planting seeds of dissension without us even knowing what the fuck she was doing. You gotta watch people like that. Because they create nothing. These are the people that will come into a circle of people and create nothing but chaos. Okay? And I'm telling her that I don't even I didn't even go to get my cigarettes last night. I went to sleep listening to you and STL because China White and STL was on a live stream together. And I said, I went to sleep to y'all with the Osley brothers and then woke up jonesing for a Newport. So I'm saying I'm about to grab my coffee and cigarette sugar plum, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Okay. So again, nobody ever preyed on this broad. Nobody ever bullied her. Nobody ever tried to take advantage of her. There was nothing sexual or romantic about the nature of my relationship with this broad. Not ever. She's a pathological liar and a fucking master manipulator, is what she is. So this is me, telling her that I had went to grab my coffee. Okay. And that, I got my blueberry coffee in a Newport, so now I'm good. And I sent her, said, this was a stream. This is this is basically a podcaster that helped me a lot with her content when I was going through my separation. And she has a Apple podcast entitled Pandora's Box. Okay. Her name is Kalia LaRoche. She also has a YouTube channel. So the title of this video was Using the Body Pendulum to Get Answers for Life's Difficult Questions. And it was a video that was talking about how to use the way that your body gives you signals when you're in the presence of narcissistic people, okay, or toxic individuals, or just abusers, your garden variety abuser, and how to listen to your gut instincts. And I had sent that to her. So I said, sis, this is another narcissistic abuse guru that helped me through some very difficult times in my life. She's awesome. Okay. Say girl, but it's meant to say guru. Okay. And this is her telling me that Bayou had called her from a private number. And she said she told her she don't have time for anything. So I said, I'm not surprised at all. I said, she's desperate as fuck right now for someone to remain an ally. Again, she repeatedly refers to the broad as being crazy. So I'm asking her, well, what did she say? So I think at that time, Bayou had told her something about getting a new job or something to that effect. Okay. So I asked China, has she heard of the Whittaker? Okay. And that's a whole nother live stream. That's it. But you can Google that name in. That's another name for the abundance. Basically, it's the abundance of the awakening of the empaths and the abundance of narcissistic energies. Okay, for those people that are into the metaphysical things. Okay, so she's saying she's saying no, she's never heard of it. What's that? So I'm telling her I'll send her the video that explains the rise in narcissistic people, because that's ultimately the meat and potatoes of what the Whittaker is. Okay. And I'm basically telling her that what Bayou is doing is hoovering to attempt to lure her back in. Okay. All of those are narcissistic abuse terms. So this is China saying after Bayou tried her, basically fuck that. So I said, yep, that's exactly what she's doing, sis. I said, so we have to remember how a narcissist acts when you discard them first. So a lot of people, they use that word so much, it's really taking the significance. People are starting to become indifferent to that word. It's like, oh God, that word again, right? Because they use the word out of context. They use the meanings out of context. So the significance of the word, really, people are developing an indifference to it because they hear it so often, but often they're hearing it out of context. Everybody, even if a person being very toxic in and of itself does not make them automatically a narcissist. Narcissists have a specific modus operandi to how they operate. Okay? That's a part of the problem with calling everybody a fucking narcissist. They may not be a narcissist. And when you hear the word so much, although it's a rise in narcissistic people, everybody is not a fucking narcissist. Okay? However, when you're actually dealing with a narcissist and you discard them first, that does cause a narcissistic injury, and it in turn causes a damn narcissistic rage. Okay? And this is me telling China that the smear campaign is next. Just wait for it. So one of the things that I regret, if I regret anything, it's basically explaining certain things to people who are master manipulators that take and twist those things to mean something other than what they mean. To take and use, in the instance like China did with a man that she herself, you'll see when I get to that text message, she herself is saying that Rude is a narcissist. So why would you then feed him information that he could weaponize against somebody else? But that's what these bitches do as enablers, as flying monkeys. That's what they do. And they help the narcissist with the smear campaign against you. I'm sorry, I'm scratching my head. Okay. So I may have to come back a little bit later, y'all. I'm going to get something to eat. It's 1:44 now. Okay. So this is her. Mind you, all of this shit, oh, she was getting information. No. This is China saying, I really need to ask you something. I broke up with my man right now. He's ignoring me. He played mind games with me so I can come back to him. No, again, nobody at no time did you see any communication with me asking this broad anything about her personal relationship. But they've been running around this motherfucker lying, making it seem like I cajoled information out of them about their personal lives and all of this shit. And the whole fucking time, it was a fucking lie. I've never asked these bitches anything about their personal life. They have been the ones trying to get personal information about me and my fucking life. Okay, not one time did you see me ask this bitch anything about her personal life. And you won't see that in the cell phone text messages either. These bitches are volunteering information and then coming back painting narratives as if somebody preyed on them in some shape, form, or fashion. This is why you can't believe anything that comes out of their fucking mouth, because these whores are manipulative. Just bottom line. Okay? So, what is she telling me about BOA? So she's saying, what should I do in this situation? He has a lot of ways of a narcissist. Again, what did I tell you? These bitches would come to me under the pretense that they were DV survivors. They were victims of narcissistic abuse, victims of sexual assault. And it's really nothing more than a manipulation. So I'm saying, yeah, that's the silent treatment to punish you. Okay? When somebody playing games with the intent to get you to come back. So they stop talking to you. They don't communicate. That's a form of stonewalling. Okay. And she's saying, yes, that's exactly what he does. And what I told her to do, a lot of times when you're chasing a guy like that, this is what I said. I said, I'm going to say to ignore him and don't talk to or about him, not to anyone that may give him the message that you care, even though he knows that you do and knows that you love him. Okay? Just ignore him for a change. A lot of times motherfuckers just don't, they just don't get that. Listen, sometimes just stop chasing behind a motherfucker. Just act like like you don't know that they exist for a while. So she's saying, okay, I have never blocked him. So I'm saying that, again, this is based on the pretense that she has told me on more than one occasion that this dude is a little bit narky. So I'm saying narcs come back around when they want to. I said they ignore their sources of supply to devalue them, right? And to punish them, to bring them into compliance. So if you believe that a man is intentionally ignoring you, intentionally punishing you, just so you can come groveling back on your knees, right? That's what narcissists do to sources of supply when they don't comply, to bring them into compliance. And one of the ways that they punish them is by parading new sources of narcissistic supply. What is narcissistic? What is narcissistic supply? That's attention. It could be money. It can be adoration, adulation, worship, praise, all of the above. They parade them around in your face and make you believe that they want you to feel that you can be replaced at any given moment. What does that lead to? If you really want to be with the person, it leads to you walking on fucking eggshells. Okay? So she's saying that she's never blocked the dude, that the dude has always blocked her. So I'm basically telling her that, do the opposite of what he's expecting you to do. If he's expecting you to chase him, don't chase him. That's not advice I would give anybody. I would give my niece the same advice. I would give my younger sister the same advice. I would give my little cousin the same advice. And I would give my daughter the same advice. Stop chasing the motherfucker. Let him chase you for a change. If he's really interested, if you stop chasing him, he's going to take notice. There's supposed to be some balance. If you're the only one doing the chasing, if you're the only one doing the pursuing, what the fuck does that tell you? And a lot of times, these chicks, you would think that somebody would have told them that. Like, where the fuck are your mothers? Where are your aunts? Where are your, where are the people that should be telling you this shit? While she over there bragging about her mama being in ZX chat, getting her pussy all wet, listening to ZX. Where the fuck is your mama at when your mama should be giving you advice about this type of shit? She's somewhere chasing another ain't shit ass motherfucking nigga, so she ain't got the time to give you no fucking advice on a motherfucking thing. She off looking for her next toxic relationship, but they don't like this type of teaching. And then she says, then he has a way of scaring her. Mind you, she's talking about BOA. So I'm saying, I wish there was a way to tell you it's going to be easy, but it won't. That it's going to hurt like hell. Trying to kind of like disconnect from toxic dudes that play those type of games like that. So I'm telling her the best thing you can do is take care of yourself. And again, she goes into saying that she's stupid. So a lot of times these chicks that get up here and pretend to have it all together and pretend that, you're just a hater, you're jealous, you're envious. No, this is what these chicks really think about themselves. They struggle with self-esteem issues. It doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what they get up here, how often they cam up. These are the chicks that struggle with fucking self-esteem. What part, at what point do you see me groveling over dudes on YouTube, chasing and pursuing dudes on YouTube, giving a fuck about what these dudes do? It's these broads that want you to believe they're so self-confident. The fact of the matter is they're not. And they're not being honest. I don't think that I'm stupid. Even when I make a mistake, I don't think I'm stupid. Even the mistakes that I've made in relationships that were toxic, I don't believe I made those mistakes because I was stupid. So I'm explaining to her, because one of the things that she would talk about is the fact that she could not really get herself together when we would talk on the phone. So I'm saying that sometimes even taking a shower after a relationship ends with a narcissist is difficult. Self-care is something that you have to learn how to do all over again. Even if it's not a narcissist, even if it's just an abusive man, you almost have to relearn how to live without being abused. You have to learn how to live again outside of that abusive relationship. So she's asking me, am I going live today? So I'm telling her, no, you're far from stupid. I said, don't even repeat that type of message to yourself. Don't internalize something like that. And it makes me angry as I go over these messages, because I know what narrative this little carnivorous bitch came out here and presented to people, as if I intended to harm her in some way, or as if I had some nefarious reasons. So I'm telling her, don't repeat that type of message to yourself because you'll internalize it. So I'm saying so I'm saying, am I going? So she's asking me, was I going live? Okay. So a lot of times I would go live to do streams on things that they would want to talk about. I might not even be in the mood to go live, but I would go live if they wanted to talk about something. Okay. Or if it was a particular subject that they wanted me to tackle. Okay. So I said, I can. I just hope this damn Wi-Fi doesn't act up. So she's saying, cluster, what time? Because I don't want to miss it. So I'm basically telling her that I'll send her the link. So I'm saying you won't miss it because I'll send the link. So she's saying, I'll tell you this. He plays a lot of games with my head. So I said, I've been trying to think of a topic. I said, I was going to discuss manipulative people. And she was saying that I'm not crazy. And this is China White saying, Rude Imp helped me when I was contemplating suicide. So when she got on the panel the other day, and I said, bitch, Key! Oh, I'm so happy to look down there and see your little avatar. Hey, Key, I missed you. You know, so she was basically, when I said the other day, why are you being so harsh on fucking, why are you getting up here talking shit about Dee Dee or Deidre falling for some bullshit? Like you wasn't fucked up in the head over a motherfucker on fucking YouTube yourself, bitch. I don't like when women do that. If you know something done been a motherfucking struggle for you, bitch, don't get up here and act like you above some motherfucking shit. Or like you so superior, you ain't never fall for the she is. Oh, you know, that you ain't, don't act like you above some shit, or you ain't never fall for some shit, bitch, because you did. We all have. You know? Oh, hey, Moody. You know? So that was pretty much what I was saying to her. Like, listen, don't get up here and act like you all not. Don't do that. Okay? I don't, because that's not cool. We all done been played. We all done been finessed. We all done did some crazy stuff because we cared about a dude or liked the dude. Don't act like you above the fray because you're not. Okay? And that's just the fact of the matter. Like, be real with yourself. Okay? And what I didn't like is that she tried to make it seem like I was some older predatory lesbian that was upset because she rejected my sexual advances. I was like, what? I'm like, this broad can't be serious. But she was very serious, and she used Rude to help her put out that type of narrative. Okay? So I'm saying to her, you're not crazy. I said, that's how they gain control of their victims, by gaslighting and hot and cold behavior. Running hot, running cold. Come close, push you away. That's the way that they gain control. That's a part of making you walk on eggshells. And I said that deepens the trauma bond. Another name for it is Stockholm syndrome. Okay, that's a real thing, right? So she was saying she was in a dark place about 5 months ago. So, Rude is not the worst person. We're just beefing right now, And I said, I don't hate Rude. And I'm just telling her that Rude is like my YouTube son. So again, when you don't have, so if I'm not looking, I never looked at him in a romantic way. So when you keep them in their proper perspective, you're not all emotionally, you know what I mean? So she's saying, laughing her ass off and saying she knows. So why would you, if you know that it's nothing like that and that I'm not interested in him or like that, why would you support putting that type of narrative out there? When you know it's false. Okay? So yes, there was a time when I did look at people on YouTube like, this is my YouTube family. That is until motherfuckers started fucking with my family. My real family. Okay? That's when things changed. All right. So it's no, I don't care what a person does to me. Okay. When you start messing with my children and my grandkids, that's something completely different. Okay. And that's where I draw the line in the sand. All right. At that point, all of that YouTube family shit, like, no. When you get the gist that these motherfuckers really be trying to destroy you and destroy your life, and if they can get you put behind bars, they will. Just for child, listen, when you get the gist of that shit work, that YouTube family shit goes right out the window. Okay. So yes, there was a time when I did look at it like, oh, okay, that's just, we argue, we fight, we're like a dysfunctional family, we talk shit to each other, and then, move on. That's when, before I realized these people hold and harbor resentment and grudges towards you like that. to where they be really trying to do shit to really hurt you. Okay. So she said, you know, y'all are like family. So I'm saying, so she's saying, Cluster, I was going crazy at one time. So when I'm saying to her, right, a dysfunctional, crazy ass family, because that's the way I looked at it. You know, I don't look at it that way anymore. Unfortunately, I don't. Because it's not what it was at one time. You know. And she's saying that she's trying to move on. So I'm saying, okay, I'm going to send you some links to watch some videos that will help you. Because if something is, I don't have all the answers. Okay. So if something is beyond my scope to be able to help a person, I'm going to try to refer you to somebody, either somebody else or some other agency or some other source that can help you. I don't have all the answers. Okay. I'm not perfect. So what do? I start sending her links. How to find closure when a narcissist discards you. I sent her links to why does a narcissist discard you? Okay. And I'm going to close out for a little while, and then I'll be back with the other part of it, or I may come back and talk about something completely different. Okay. But that's kind of like, you know, what I was, you know, basically trying to help her. Okay. In this part right here, why narcissists discard you at the worst possible times, and 5 dark truths behind the dreaded discard. Kim Saeed is also another YouTuber that's considered to be an expert on narcissism and how they operate. Okay. So I'm telling her that these are among the best in narc abuse recovery experts. So I'm telling her to go through their playlists, especially ASSC Direct. These are people that were starting out their YouTube channels around the time that I started out mine. My YouTube journey, I went off in a totally, completely different direction. That's why I said, when you're healing, that's supposed to really be your priority. But a lot of times when you struggle with codependency, that, you know, run that rescuing type of beat, that's something that's innately in you, and you have to work on that. And a lot of times that does nothing but take you further away from your healing. You can't help somebody else with their healing until you get yours. You have to be healed and stabilized in your healing before you can help somebody else. You can talk about it. You can be of assistance, you know, but a lot of times it can lead to you doing things out of obligation, because you feel obligated to help the person, especially if they don't have anybody else, and you know what it feels like for you to be going through something with a narcissistic individual or a toxic, abusive relationship. So you want to be there for another person. And it's just sad that on YouTube, that leads to you getting used or taken advantage of. Okay. So I'm going to close. I want to leave off on that note, and pick up, you know, where I left off. This doesn't really, you know, emotionally, it doesn't really even take me to a good place, because I don't have a problem with I'm not the one that has had difficulty moving on. They are the ones that can't move on. You know, they stalk and stalk and stalk and stalk, and then make you out to be the one that you're somehow bothering them. No, I don't think about you bitches, and I don't want anything else to do with you. They're the ones that are running around this motherfucker trying to align themselves with my oppositions. Right, deep thinker. Hey, Nanya. Hey, wave principal. All right. So y'all go ahead and get you some lunch. I done went past lunchtime. And let me see what else is going on that's juicy out here on the YouTube streets. That's a little bit more entertaining. And I'll probably talk about something different when I come back live a little bit later on. All right. Thank you, everybody that came through. Hey, Queen of the South. All right. And I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. I'm going to eat some lunch, and I'll be back a little bit. I'm gonna eat some lunch and find out what's going. Maybe I can find a little juicy, salacious, something exciting, okay, and a little bit more entertaining going on out here. I gotta go catch up on some live streams over there in the beef sector and see what else is going on. Besides all this heavy stuff, you know, I usually do my heavy stuff in the form of recorded content, you know. And it's always much shorter, because that when you're dealing with heavy stuff, it can become draining. Okay. So I'll try to come back with something a little bit more entertaining a little bit later on. All right. Peace, y'all. Take care.